Welcome to another episode of Saskino's Thoughts. Saskin's Thoughts, Shashkin's Thoughts, Shashkin BTS. BTS stands for Behind the Screen, and I am behind the screen. And I've been wanting to do another video for a while. I've been wanting to do another video for ages, but I didn't have a chance until now because I'm making myself do it, And so I finished reading this book yesterday. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked by Ichiro, Kishimi, and Fumitake Koga. This book is very cool because most self-help books do the format of point, explanation, here's how to apply it, boom, boom, boom. This book is a dialogue between a philosopher and a young person, a young student. And the way it's presented is very cool. The philosopher is adept in Greek philosophy and Algerian psychology. If you know anything about psychology, you know that there's a few goats: Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, and the one people don't really know about, which is Alfred Adler. And this book speaks about Algerian psychology, okay? The philosopher is a teacher and a student of Algerian psychology. Algerian psychology is a different way of looking at psychology. So this book talks a lot about Sigmund Freud, Freudian? Freudian, I'll just say Freudian for my pronunciation. Freudian psychology, the way that it's presented and the way that it's accepted in our society, it's the belief that all of the things in your past are the causes for how you are currently. So say something bad happened to you in your childhood, that would explain why your life isn't how you want it to be now. And so this book talks about how if you allow that thought to exist in your brain, that all the bad things that have ever happened to you have formulated and have created you, then you build a trap because you can't escape it. Because if everything's determined from your childhood or from your past, then there's no moving on to a better future. Algerian psychology says that the past and the future do not matter. Trauma does not exist. And you are only in control of the now. The now is the only part that you can control. The past and the future do not matter whatsoever. And life is not linear. Life is a series of moments which you live through. And this book has helped me because I have struggled with envy and I have struggled with jealousy of other people that are close to me and that are not close to me. And this book also speaks about how life is not a competition and everybody is different. And the way to truly feel, to take this weight off your chest, and this is the main thing that I've taken away from this book, although there is much more that can be taken away and should be taken away. But this is the main thing I've taken away, is that life is not a competition. And the sooner that you start looking at people as your comrades and not as your enemies, which is how I used to look at people before. I used to look at everyone as opposition, the ops, if you will. I used to look at everyone that kind of way, of like, oh, I need to get ahead, I need to get ahead, I need to get ahead, I need to get ahead. I need to get ahead type beat. But when you apply the thought of, I'm not in a competition with anybody. I am the only person that is in control of myself, and no one else is competing with me. Everyone else is my friend type beat. It takes the weight off. It takes the weight off, and I've been living now with a greater sense of fulfillment because I've taken the weight off my shoulders of feeling that I'm in a competition constantly. I need to get ahead in life constantly. And so life isn't a competition, life is a journey, and all you need to do is enjoy the journey. I believe I need to read this book one more time, because the first time that I've read it, everything in this book is like new information, so I have to grasp everything again. Or not again, but I have to grasp everything for the first time ever. So I believe I'll have to read this book one more time to really understand, because now I have all the ideas down in my brain. I need to re-go over them so I can actually understand them more. But the idea is that every problem that you have is an interpersonal relationship problem, which means that all of your problems stem from your close relationships. And if you were alone in the world, if you were the only person alive, you would not have any problems. Which obviously you're not the only person in the world. So everything else stems from other people and your way of handling your relationships. And let me catch my thought real quick. So everything's an interpersonal relationship problem, which is still, that's the concept I still need to grasp fully, because to me, like, I find it difficult to see how every issue is a relationship issue, you know. It also goes over superiority complexes and inferiority complexes, and how other people, like, this part is a bit foggy in my mind, but it's about how other people can see themselves as superior, and so they do the things they do because of their superiority complex. And inferiority, now that I'm speaking about this, I need to reread that part again, because it's not too well structured in my brain. But one thing I do like that is said in this book is that it's all a matter of perspective. So if you feel inferior about something, say you are inferior, if you say you feel inferior about your height, or you feel inferior about your skin color, your hair, your body, your face, anything you feel inferior about. There's this example that the philosopher gives, which I really like. He says, well water is always at 18 degrees. So water inside a well is always at 18 degrees Celsius. And he says that if you pull out a bucket of water from a well, which is always at 18 degrees Celsius, I don't know how much that is in hamburgers over Eagles per mile, but if you take out a bucket in the summer and you drink the water will taste cold. And if you take out the same bucket in the winter, the same degrees, same temperature, it will taste warm. And so it's all a perspective, like it's all how you see what you are struggling with, and it's all about perspective. So say you wear shorts, you can either look at it as a bad thing or you can look at it as an advantage, which I believe that's the example that the philosopher gave, which was he always thought of himself as short, but then he found a way to like look at it in a different way, and he saw it as a tool. He said that if he was like a really tall and imposing person, it'd be harder for him to make people feel at ease and make people feel calm so that he could like teach them and stuff. But since his stature was quite friendly and he wasn't too tall, people felt more comfortable around him. And so he transformed his shortcoming into an advantage. And so that can be the same for everything. Well, I will answer the question right now, okay? The courage to be disliked. Do I have the courage to be disliked after reading this book? I can't say I do. Why is that? Because even in this book, the philosopher speaks about how you can grasp the idea of the book, and you can grasp the idea of the psychology, but putting it into practice is a lot harder than it seems, right? Do I recommend this book? 100%. 100% I do. I believe you should read it. If you struggle with doubt, if you struggle with discouragement, if you struggle with jealousy, envy, can I say that this book has helped me develop more courage to be disliked? 100%. Is it an end-all be-all book like I thought it would be? No, it's not. And that's one thing I'm realizing about life, is that like every time I think that I do something, or I finally find that one thing that's gonna fix me, quote unquote fix me, it never is. And it's always just another step towards the thing that I want. And so this book, again, I'll say that I need to read it. Is it end all be all? It might be for some people. Is it an end all be all for me? No. If I read this book again, might it be? Yes. Has it changed my mind? It has. Has it given me positive ways of thinking about life? It has. So in all, this book is a full positive to me, and I like it. I like the way it's written, and honestly, like I read a lot of this book while I was sleep deprived, so that's why like some parts of this book are not too well grasped, and that's why I feel like I need to read it again. But yeah, like I said, this channel is my thoughts, my mind, whatever the hell I want to say, whatever the hell I want to speak about, whatever the hell I want to show y'all. This is my playground. That's the way I see this. And so, yeah, so that's what I've been at. I've been reading that book. recently, and when I saw it on Amazon, I was like, damn, that book is like looks really cool. I wonder what the hell they're actually talking about. That's really cool. I really like it. I am looking forward to reading more books. One book that like has been on my mind now that I've finished that book. The way I read my books, and I've spoken about it before, is I like to have a main book. I like to have a book that has something I can read in it every day. I like to have a main book and a side book. So right now, that was my schedule kind of has been messed up in the past few days or whatever. In the past week, my schedule's been pretty messed up. So I've only been reading the Daily Laws and that book. I haven't had time to read a secondary book. But I've also like my last motherfucking secondary book was, well, it was in my main book for a while, but my last secondary book was Mode 1, which is really funny. I was on YouTube and I was scrolling and looking at videos, and this video came up of this woman, and the title of the video was "The Secret Power That All Men Possess," and I was like, "The fuck is this, bro?" So I got interested, right? And I click on this book, and it's this like woman, and she's speaking about how like a lot of the times men have like an energy that they can extrude, which is very attractive, but most of the time the men don't like know that they have this like power or energy or whatever, and so they suppress it because they're so used to why is it so like difficult to get my brain out today, bro? What the heck, man? Probably didn't get no sleep, to be honest with you, man. My sleep has been all over the place recently, so I really need to fix it, bro. But it's all good, because I know I'll fix it. It's just a matter of doing it, you know? And also, I'm a bit embarrassed talking about this, because it's like, I don't know, because this book is like very, like, oh, this is how you attract women, right? And this book, like when I speak about that, it sounds like really like, oh, bro, you get no bitches. But I'm like, bro, like, would you not want to know how to get bitches if you had the opportunity to know how to get bitches? Like, bro, that's what I feel like with this book. Like, and that's, you know what, fuck you guys. Cursed to be disliked. If you think I'm a goofball for reading this book, fuck you. But anyways, this woman was speaking, and she was like, oh yeah, men have this like power or this energy or this demeanor that they can, you know, portray. They have this demeanor that they can portray, which is very attractive, but most men don't portray it because they're so either afraid or they don't know that they have it, or they've suppressed it, okay? And so she recommends this book in the video. She says, oh yeah, you should read Mode 1. And I was like, what the fuck is Mode 1? Mode 1. And so I go on Amazon, and this is the only, like, you know how like when you search up a book, there's like 1,000 different versions of that book. This is the only version that I could find on Amazon, right? And anyways, the concept of this book is that there's 4 modes of behavior that a man can portray, right? And the best one is this is the mode 1, okay? And we got 4 different modes, okay? We got mode 4, which is you are angry because your advances. Actually, which one should I start out with? Because that song. Okay, I'll start with mode 1. Actually, mode 1 is, and you can take this outside of attracting women or attraction in general, but mode 1 is you speak your mind. You're not afraid to say what's on your mind. You're not afraid to speak your thoughts. You're not afraid to let other people know what you're thinking, okay? And again, courage to be disliked. You're not afraid of being disliked. You're not afraid of saying your opinion. You're not afraid of other people rebuttaling, okay? This is mode 1 behavior. Mode 1 behavior is if you find someone attractive, you walk up to them and you say, yo, I find you attractive. That's simple as, okay? Mode 2 behavior. Mode 2 behavior is okay, so say mode 1 is like, okay, you see someone attractive, you walk up to them and you tell them you think they're attractive. Mode 2 is you see someone attractive, you walk up to them and you like start being like, oh, like you want to be friends, blah 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 blah. And you become friends or whatever. And then like a month later you're like, oh, I find you attractive, so it's like you're still going after the goal, but it's just very like delayed and just not great. It's just not cut to the point type beat, Then we got mode 3. Mode 3 is you're a pussy, okay? You're scared of expressing yourself, you're scared of being disliked, and your main objective is just to do anything to continue to get attention from women. Okay, so your whole vibe is, oh, I don't want them to leave me, so I'm gonna keep buying them cool stuff and I'm gonna keep getting friend zoned, but it doesn't matter because this and that. It doesn't matter because, like, as long as I get the attention, that's all I'm here for, you know what I'm saying? So mode 3 is the most pathetic, okay? Mode 3 is the most pathetic ever. And mode 4 is when you have tried your not cut straight to the point advances and you notice that like your advances are not working because you're too scared to be like cut straight to the point. You get frustrated and you get angry and misogynistic, and that's mode 4. And so yeah, man, like I read this book because firstly I was curious. Secondly, this book is really cool because it's written in a way where like dude that wrote it, shout out my boy right here, the guy who wrote it, Alan Currie, he like just gets to the point, bro. He just says the shit that needs to be said, like he's not afraid to just be like, bro, you're a fucking pussy, bro. Like, stop being a fucking little bitch, bro, and just do your shit, dog. So yeah, man, so this book is like cool as fuck, and it's giving me another like perspective because I'm sure most of y'all are like, oh, bro, which mode are you, bro? Which mode are you? And I'll just be straight up. Like most of my life, I've been mode 3 because the way I was raised and shit, I was taught that, like, bro, you should not be, you should care about what other people think. You should be this and that, you know. You shouldn't be like out, like, you shouldn't be weird. You like whatever, bro. That's how I was raised, you know. And again, bringing it back to this book, right? Alderan psychology, bro. Your trauma does not exist. Your past does not exist. Your future does not exist. It's all in the now, right? So I'm not gonna say that's an excuse, but personally, I feel like I was conditioned for a while to be like, oh, I gotta like be the most harmless being in existence, right? And so yeah, so this book, like, I've already been on my journey of being like, yo, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna be who I want to be. I'm gonna do what I want to do. But this book takes it to the step of like, okay, here's how you do it with like attraction. Here's how you do it with women. Here's how you do it in a relationship type shit. And it's very cool. I like this book a lot because it gets to the point. You learn how to say how you feel, you know. And yeah, man, like, this is very handy. This is very cool, very handy. Like, what more can I say? Let me think. Like, mode 1, let the women know what you're really thinking, is what it says here. And it's just like, yeah, just let them know what you're thinking, bro. Don't be hiding it behind like fronts and shit. Like, it makes no sense when you think about it. And that's possibly why I got this book. Because, like, okay, let them know what you think. How do you have the courage to be disliked? Yeah, because I feel like I have struggled with people pleasing and shit like that for a while. And so reading those kinds of books, I feel, has helped me to be like, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And so, after reading these books, the book that's been in my mind that I want to read now, which I'll go get, is this book. This is the book I want to read next. This book is The Power of the Subconscious Mind, by Joseph Murphy, and it says unlock your master keys to success, right? This book, the cover is exactly the same as another book I've read, which is the Master Key System by, what's his name, bro? Oh, shoot, bro. Hold up. No, something Haanel. It's not Chris. Is it Chris Haanel? Oh, it's Haanel, bro. It's something Haanel. Is it Chris Haanel? It's no Chris. It's not Chris, bro. What is it, bro? Who is it? Where's she at, dog? Oh, Charles, bro. Charles Haanel. Oh, Charles, bro. So close. Chris Haanel, bro. Charles Haanel. Yeah, I'll actually show you. So this book took me a while because you're meant to read a chapter every week, and there's like 22 chapters or something. 24. There's 24 chapters. But look how close this fucking cover looks, bro. Like, they look like brothers type beat. Anyways, I started reading this book because I saw a reel of XXXTentacion, and he was like, yo man, what really got me into all the spirituality stuff was this book. And he said the Master Key System by Charles F. Haanel, and he started reading it in jail, and he was like, this book really opened my mind to the subconscious mind and to the power of the subconscious. So I was like, oh, I want to know what you're talking about, buddy. And so yeah, so this book is about the law of attraction, the Master Key System, and he's speaking about the law of attraction the whole time and how it works, what your subconscious is, what your conscious is, all these things. If I speak about this book, I'm going to be speaking about this book for 2 hours, bro, because this book is fat, and I did a little thing every week, bro. So, but sometimes like I'd stay 2 weeks on a thing just to really process it. But like ideally this book would have taken me 24 weeks to read, which it's probably taken me like 30 to 40, something like that. 30 to 40 weeks to read that. But obviously you could just skip the waiting and just keep reading, but I really wanted to dial in the vibes and the techniques. Anyways, after the Master Key System, I started reading, or during reading this, I started reading Faith is Your Fortune by, what's bro's name? Hold up. It's gonna come to me. By, bro, this guy's the fucking goat of manifesting shit, bro. What's his name? Faith is Your Fortune by, what's his name, bro? Please come to me. Oh, it's such a cool name. Neville Goddard. There we go. I was like, yeah, it's such a cool name, Neville Goddard. Yeah, so I started reading that, and in Faith is Your Fortune, it's a very slim book, very tiny book, right? There's a little section on it about sleep, right? And they speak about how sleep is extreme. He speaks about sleep. He says how sleep is extremely important for manifesting, and how like when you want to manifest something, you want to think about it as you go to sleep, okay? Which now that I'm saying this out loud, I haven't been doing, so I'm going to start doing that again. But my whole thing was, now my whole like side quest in life, not even a side quest, main quest at this point, is I want to learn how to lucid dream. Like fully. Like I fully want to learn how to lucid dream. And the reason I want to learn how to lucid dream is, number one, it's cool as fuck. Number two, I want to have a space where I can directly communicate with my subconscious mind, so that I can figure out my issues and my traumas and all this bullshit, so that I can like work through it in my dreams. So that's my whole goal, okay? And I started dream journaling. I actually got a new journal today. Well, yesterday, but I started writing in it today. I got this one, and I got it in Mr. Price, bro, but we're gonna ignore whatever the fuck. They had such cringy ones, bro. This one says, not a self-help quote, just a notebook. Like, bro, this is the most like 40-year-old mom ass shit. But the reason I got it is because like the material just feels nice, and I don't like hardcover books, bro. I don't like hardcover notebooks either. I like soft, like I like when the book, like you can bend it and it just feels nice, And then this one has like a really like almost like a leathery feeling, but not, because you can definitely feel that it's not leather, but it is just very nice. I like it. It's just smooth, and it's just like, it's nice for the sensory feelings, But this one was the least cringe. The other ones were like, I'm in my overthinking era. And then there was another one that said like, oh, what was it, bro? Oh, I don't remember, but they were so cringe, bro. I was like, alright, fuck off, man. Anyways, I was like, fuck off, bro. Anyways, I have this one that in the start of it is my journal. Like, I journal in the start because it's like divided into 3 fucking parts. So part 1 is my journal, right? Part 2 is my workbook on books that give you questions, okay? So I answer the questions in part 2. Part 3, I started doing a dream journal. And I started journaling my dreams every single night. And I finished my journal yesterday or the day before. And fucking, yeah, I was like, damn, I need a new one. And so I got this one, right? Yesterday I had a dream that I'm not gonna go into the whole dream, okay? But part of the dream was that I was in a hospital, like this creepy ass hospital with my parents. And then, like, there was this guy in a wheelchair, this Afghani dude in a wheelchair, and he was like shivering. So my mom was like, oh, you should go get a jacket for him. And I was like, okay, cool. So I walk out into the halls, and it's like so dark. Like, there's no lights, there's no staff, there's no one in this hospital. And I see like a window of just like a little window open, and there's this guy with a mask, and he's holding a sign that says for sale type shit. So I'm like, oh, he's selling stuff, so I can go buy a jacket off this guy. The second I walk up to the dude, he closes the window, and this monster bursts out of the fucking door. And like, my brain at this point is like, oh, I'm in a horror game. And so, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of like trying to I don't want to do the whole like run away and find this thing to stay alive and all this bullshit. I just wanted to play the horror game. Like, I just wanted to like get the objective done. But anyways, this is what the monster looked like. This is what the monster came out and looked like. So it looked like exactly like this. Like, not exactly, but as best as of a representation as possible. So this guy bursted out of the door, and he started like chasing me. But I was like, oh, I don't really give a fuck. And so I remember, because this is a mask, right? And I just remember just like being so fed up. I tried to stick my hand into his fucking mouth, bro. just fucking like, yeah, bro. I remember that shit, and that was hilarious, bro. To me personally, this shit was so funny. And then afterwards, it like changed or whatever, like the scene changed, but it was really funny to me. And like, I woke up laughing. I was like, bro, I can't believe I did that. Like, to me, like, I wasn't even scared. Like, I noticed nowadays, to me, like, nightmares and shit aren't really scary anymore. Because I find a way to just, get over it. I don't let my fear, like, debilitate me. But anyways, the reason I said all of that is because, obviously, I'm trying to lucid dream, right? And in this book, there is a chapter, a full dedicated chapter on sleep. Let me see. Yeah, your subconscious mind and the wonders of sleep. And like, this book just has so much good shit in it. So much, right? Like, I'm looking through these like little contents things. I'm like, wow, this looks like gold right here, you know? And I've also heard like other people speak about this book and say that's really good. One thing I will say though is the back, bro. Like, what is like, like this is just very like a goofy ass design for this print. But hey, I'm not gonna judge a book by its cover. But hey, guys, you coulda made this look a bit cooler. Cause it's just like fully just straight printed on. Like, bro, what? But anyways, this is the next book I'm going to read. Because I want to learn more about sleep, and I want to learn how I can utilize sleep in my daily life, and also learn to lucid dream and become an avid lucid dreamer, right? So yeah, so become an avid lucid dreamer, talk to my subconscious mind through my dreams, because I've also noticed that whatever happens in my dreams tends to happen in real life. This is like very, like, you can believe me, you cannot believe me, I don't really care. But I've had dreams where like something happened in my dream, and then the next day that same thing would happen in real life, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, fully just like, it was just really weird, and like it just makes you like feel like, what the fuck, you know? But yeah, I've had shit like that, you know? So if I can control my dreams, I can control my reality type shit. And so yeah, that's why I'm doing this shit. So yeah, man, this has been me. This has just been me catching up with y'all and what I've been up to, what I've been reading. It's very like, I love speaking about the books I've been reading and shit. I have so many books that I need to read, want to read, and just love reading. So yeah, man, like, I just love speaking about it. And so yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This video was me speaking about books and my interests and my goals and what I've been through. And if you like this kind of content, let me know. And if not, I'm still probably gonna do it. Cause again, like I said, this is my mental playground. This is where I speak about all this shit that I want to speak about. But yeah, peace and love, peace and life. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing well. And I'll see y'all soon. I want to continue doing these. So yeah, bye-bye.